Well, this place is red. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Cleveland Guardians. With my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. Almost ready to get underway. And on the mound for Cleveland in this one, Tanner Bybee.
Well, there are going to be a lot of balls in play because of the ground ball rate. Important that the defense stays engaged in the game. I think it's critical. Tempo is there. If you work quickly, it helps the fielders behind you to stay engaged, to make those plays, and help you get through the innings.
To the right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. One out in the top of the first. Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away. Jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
One out, base is empty. And a ground ball to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it and got the ground ball.
Matt Vierling up now for the Tigers. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's a 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. And now the Guardians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. This is the American League Division Series on the show. Back here in Cleveland. And today's starter, Reese Olson. What's the scouting report on him?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
Stepping up for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan. 1-2, bottom of the first. The pitch. Ripped on a line. And there's one away. Here's the Guardians lineup now. Singy, we're looking at a really young lineup here, so not much experience, but it also means they're going to bring a lot of energy to the table most days.
Well, we're in a golden age of young players. I mean, these players, they're getting up to the majors. They're dominating from a young age, bringing home plenty of hardware early in their careers. I mean, before they even get to free agency. So, you know, when you consider all of that, I love seeing the kind of energy that a team like this brings to the yard every day in and day out.
The pitch. Out towards left center. Green makes the catch, inning over. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here is Riley Green. 1-1 now. The atmosphere around postseason baseball, there really isn't anything like it in the sport. It's the time of year where the rally towels come out and the crowd energy gets cranked up even higher. got him swinging.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
One down, base is empty. And down on strikes. 2 down. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but it'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
And now the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. The pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
You look up in the stands in games like this, you just see a giant mass of color. Everything just blurs together. And
that pitch got away from him, and that's a hit by pitch. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. So 2 down, and next to hit for Detroit, Zach McKinstry. In the air, center field. He makes the grab, and that is that. 1 left for Detroit. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here in Cleveland, bottom of the second. And here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. And a 1-1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. I wouldn't get too puffed up about that postseason extra base hit thing, Siggy. The all-time leader with 4 is Ken Holtzman, a pitcher, and one of his hits was a homer.
Yeah, Boog, I'm sure he was a position player, though, before he started pitching.
Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. Gets to it on to first. In time to get him. 1 away in the strikeout.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there, and I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in, kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Here's Lane Thomas. Kicks and fires. Back up the middle and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Batting 5th.
And up next for Cleveland, Will Brennan. Now move to first, and he's back in safely. Man at first, 1 away. Strike on the outside, and the count 1-2. Runner takes off. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. At the belt and fires. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And he deals. And that one is lifted in the air. Vierland makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Batting 7th. The designated hitter, John Kenzie Noel.
And next is the designated hitter, John Kenzie Noel. Two outs. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He'll circle the bases. The Guardians strike first. It's 2-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Bo Naylor at the plate now. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Cleveland with a pair on this blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching the American League Division Series on the show. Back now at Progressive Field. And now the shortstop, Trey Sweeney.
There's a good feel in the ballpark, and that's what you expect when the home side has the lead in game one. This energy is going to keep building with every out. Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That's down and in.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And there's one down.
Well, that at-bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to do better at the plate right there. At least to foul something off, extend that at-bat.
Now here's the Detroit catcher, Jake Rogers. That one hit to right. Brennan settles underneath it and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
Now the center fielder.
So the lineup flips over. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Parker Meadows. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Kerry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. The pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch misses inside. Safe at second with a stolen base. Singy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Righty delivers. Line drive. Base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's a one-run game.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Man at first at the plate, Matt Vierling. The 1-1 is fouled off. Tying run is at first here in game one of the ALDS. Swing and a miss, and that is that. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Guardians 2 and the Tigers 1. And we're back. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ryan Rocchio.
The shortstop,
Here comes a pitch. That's hard hit in the line. Vierling calls it in, and there's one away.
the left fielder,
Back to the top of the lineup, Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. One down, base is empty. Right side, Keith sends it to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now that second baseman, Andres.
2 outs, base is empty. So in now for Cleveland, Andres Jimenez. Here's a 1-1. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going. Here's Jose Ramirez. Runner on the move. Ball outside. Throw, safe.
Pretty close play on that one. A perfect throw probably gets him. That throw was just a little wide to the third base side of the bag, so he had to reach a little bit to get it. Could have been just enough to make the difference there.
Runner at second, 2 down here in game 1. Up the middle, and it gets by him. The run comes in from second, but they lead by 2.
Back-to-back base hits. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Two outs, runner at first. So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Josh Naylor. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Torkelson drifts towards it, nabs it, and that is that. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back here in Cleveland, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Riley Green. Kicks and deals. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. And a pitch. Rocketed out towards right center. Brennan makes the catch. And there's 1 down. And next up for the Tigers, Colt Heath. The Tigers down by a pair, top half of inning number 4. Curveball drops in there. And that one hammered. Brennan going back on this one. Out of here. He'll touch them all. It's 3-2.
Well, he almost robbed the home run right there, and I tell you what, he'd love another crack at it. During batting practice, you always like to work on that, and so close, but that one was just out of his reach.
And up next for Detroit, Spencer Torkelson. On the ground to third, Ramirez. Fires over to first. And they get Torkelson for the out.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
Zach McKinstry up now for the Tigers. That one the other way. Toss to Naylor. That's out number 3. Solo shot for Detroit this inning. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Game 1 of the division series. Stepping up for the Guardians, Lane Thomas. And the righty deals. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Now it's the right fielder, Will Brennan. Here goes the runner. Fought off foul. On the ground to short, could be 2. Sweeney to second, throw to first, but he beat it.
Now back, the designated hitter,
Now here is John Kenzie Noel. Brennan stands at first with one out. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Righty to the plate.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Kicks and fires. Got him. Now 2 out.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
Bo Naylor now at the plate. And delivers outside.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Olsen picks to first. And here it comes. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And that ball is gone. And they add to the lead. It's 5-2. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
So let's take a closer look inside the numbers. That blast from StatCast, 113 miles an hour off the bat, Singy.
And it just flew out of here, Boog. Even if you only heard the ball hit the bat, you knew that was a home run. I mean, he put a perfect swing on it, and the numbers back it up.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ryan Rocchio. The pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. The wind of the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Keith tosses to first, and that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's 5-2. Ready now for the 5th inning. Digging in, Trey Sweeney. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
Here's the catcher, Jake Rogers. And it's strike 2.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Jimenez throw to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now, the center fielder, Parker.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. And next to hit for Detroit, Parker Meadows. Two down, nobody on. That one the other way. Rocchio on the run, throw to first. In time, got him. And that'll do it. Tigers are shut down there, and the deficit remains 5-2. Here in Cleveland, bottom of the inning, here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
For the Guardians, the left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Hard hit left side. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Here's Andres Jimenez. All right, Siggy, trivia time. Back when this ballpark opened, 1994, one future Hall of Famer hit the first triple in the park, and another hit the first homer by a Cleveland player. Think you know who they were?
Okay, I know that Ken Griffey Jr. hit the first triple here, but first homer for Cleveland. Give me a hint.
Switch hitter. That's all you're getting.
Oh, dude. Eddie Murray, no doubt.
Bam. Right-hander kicks, deals. Dives, and he can't hang on. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out. Guardians fail to score. They're still out in front, 5-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now the DH, Kerry Carpenter. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Drifts towards it. And in foul ground, he pulls it down. 1 out.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
And next up for the Tigers, Matt Vierling. 1 down, base is empty. Foul ball there.
These fans have to feel good right about now. This series not going to be easy, but they have the lead at home in game 1. That brings the anxiety down a few notches. Looks like he was trying to get to the front door with that curveball. It's definitely a finesse pitch, but it backed up a little bit on him and stayed inside.
Smoked on the ground, a second. In there safely. Singy, it looked like you might have beat it in real time, but that play was really close, so they want to take another look.
Yeah, this is a tough decision to make, Boog, and it feels like it could go either way, but it might be worth the challenge if there's any doubt at all.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Another look at it. Singy, are you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off for him. Base is empty with 2 away. Here's Riley Green. The Tigers trailing by 3, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. No runs on 2 base hits. No errors, and no one left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Guardians 5, Tigers 2. New pitcher for the Tigers, Jackson Jobe.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's Josh Naylor. And a big swing and a miss. Activity in the bullpen for Detroit. Bo Brisky getting ready to go. Hannafy also getting ready. The punch out there. 1 away.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the 6th. Out to short. Sweeney tosses across the first. 2 up, 2 down.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. Left-hand batter waits. And that one is lifted in the air. Sizing this one up. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tim Herron. Colt Heath up now for the Tigers. The Tigers in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Claw makes the grab, one away. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. One down, base is empty. Ground ball left side, and it gets by him.
There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
And now Zach McKinstry. That catches the zone for a strike. 1-2. The Guardians leading by 3 here in the late stages of game 1. Got him looking, and he did not like the call. And up next for Detroit, Trey Sweeney. And a pitch. And that one fouled off. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. The Tigers trailing by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Tigers lead 1. They trail at 5-2. Back now at Progressive Field. Set for the last half of the 7th. Now, John Kenzie Noel. Hawaiian to kick the pitch. On the ground to the left, McKinstry. In plenty of time to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Catcher, Bo Naylor.
And here's the catcher, Bo Naylor. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Right-handed reliever. Puts it in the air out towards left center. And it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
That ball right there landed in what they call a no-man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Here's Brian Riccio. Naylor at first, one gone. The other way. Tracks it down for the out. 2 down.
The batter, the left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Joe checks on first, and he dives back in safely. The 1-1. Lifted in the air out to left. Green pulls it down, and that is that. Guardians lead 1, and it remains 5-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Hunter Gaddis. Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Now this is in the air down the line. Kwan hauls it in, and there's one away. So the batting order turns over. Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Line drive, that's a base hit out into left center field.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video, because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many.
Makes the catch for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So digging in, Matt Vierling. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will end the inning. And we're back, ready for the bottom of the 8th. So in now for Cleveland, Andres Jimenez. Torkelson tosses to the pitcher, covering the bag. Out on a bang-bang play, but he made it close. Now it's Jose Ramirez.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Next pitch is outside. One down, base is empty. Clobbered to right field, way back, gone. Jose Ramirez bots one out, and they boost their lead. It's 6-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. When a hitter's in a 3-1 count, he's going to force that pitcher to come to him, throw him something that he can handle. Well, right there, he got a pitch that he could handle, and he made him pay for it.
Base is empty, one away, and now it's Josh Naylor. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Number 8.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
One down. Stepping in, Lane Thomas. This one in the air, right field. Long run, tracks it down. 2 away now.
Now batting, right fielder, Brennan.
Now a chance for Will Brennan. Naylor off of first with 2 away. On the ground, right side. Keith. They get the force. That's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. Last chance coming up here for the Tigers. All set for the start of the inning. Leading off, Riley Green.
Riley Green.
The pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow left field. And there's 1 down.
The second baseman,
Colt Heath up now for the Tigers. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I'll tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
On the ground, right side. Toss to Naylor. Now only 1 out remaining.
now back. The first baseman,
Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. They're down to their final strike.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Clase is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
It's pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
And your final 6-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.